Hello, my name is Burnda One again, and today I am here with someone who I'm a fan of. I'm actually here with a friend of mine who I strictly known from online, and he became a friend of mine. And then when I first knew him, I didn't even know if you had art on DeviantArt. I don't really think you even had anything in your DeviantArt gallery. And then, as we've been friends, or as the gentleman who I'm interviewing today has known me. He is always in the chat. He's always in the CAC chat. So if you're a fan of CAC and you watch CAC, this gentleman will always be there. And so today I'm doing an interview with CitizenSmiley, or Greg, I believe, is your real name.
Yeah.
So this is awesome, and CitizenSmiley is awesome because no matter what, if I do some kind of stream or like live stream, or if we're streaming on CAC, normally not always because like you don't have to, you just happen to be in the chat and just chilling and chatting with us. A lot of people who watch our show know him that he'll welcome you. He always welcome people when they come on stream, like, oh, hi, and stuff. And like, that's awesome. Like I can't tell you how much we appreciate that, like how much I appreciate that. Like, because like we just do a little show for like silly stuff online, just gigs, right? Just for giggles. And then you go like out of your way to be like, I don't know, be really nice to people. And like on the internet, I don't know, it's a nice gesture. But anyway, regardless, me fangirling, tripping over my mic here because I'm so professional. What I want to talk about here today on this little video is these absolutely lovely, beautiful shadow boxes. So like, these are really cool. And some of them are handmade and some of them are like cut, and I'm going to get like little slow footage of something to whatever, but I don't know, like, tell me a little bit about these. Well, first of all, what I want to know is which one is like the first one in like a series that you've made.
Well, these two are the first ones I made, and I actually cut those out with scissors. And
Like,
then,
did you use an X-Acto knife on any of them, or was it all like scissor work?
all scissor work,
Oh,
except
wow.
for the eyes, which I printed and then cut them out, because, yeah. Then I think that one was next, the Luna, then the Fluttershy / Flutterbat, and then the Breezy Shy, and then that Luna,
Little Moon Luna.
and then the rest of these were right before the con.
Right before the con?
Yeah.
So now, these you cut out with scissors, and then for these ones right before the con, you actually used a die cutting machine on those, right?
All of these,
All
except
of
for
these
those
guys.
two.
Okay.
Yes.
Die cutting machine. And now, what the heck is a die cutting machine?
Well, basically, it takes a vector
Yeah.
and cuts it out for you out of cardstock.
Now, is it just like a little knife that points down and like, and just like cuts the thing?
You have this sticky mat, you put your cardstock on, you set the dial to the right setting, and it just cuts it out for you.
Huh, that's crazy. And so now these are all hand like glued together, right, with little like foam things?
Yes.
So now the construction of these is pretty cool. We talked to the paper ponies a little bit about this, and what's also really cool is that you've been working with the paper ponies, right?
I have. That's
Okay.
correct.
So now you've been doing vectoring for them, right? They've been like outsourcing vectoring for you?
Exactly.
So now, when I was talking to the paper ponies about it, they were saying that you specifically know how to make a vector for like a shadow box, like the correct way to do it, right? And so that's why they can outsource it to you, because you have that knowledge, because it's so niche. So what goes into having to vector something like this? Like, what do you have to keep in mind?
Well, there's a lot of planning that has to go beforehand. Like, you have to think what's going to go on what layer, because it can really determine how it will come out. Like, for these frames, well, all of my frames are only 3/4 of an inch deep, and that allows for 6 layers.
Yep.
There are some 12 by 12s you can get that are an inch deep and allow for 8. So you have to think,
It's only 8 layers of depth within your inch frame or whatever it is.
yeah,
right?
or 6 layers. So you have to be thinking about that, and you also have to think about how everything is supported, because you don't want just random pieces that don't support each other well, because you don't know how to place it. It's
Yeah.
a pain to build.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So there's a lot of underlapping and pathfinding that has to be done.
Yeah, and all the little shapes and like which cut out and what goes away. Like,
Yeah.
and this one looks really chaotic too. Like, there's so many little pieces. Like, even in like the paper pony stuff, it's like, how do you keep track of all these pieces? Like, where do they go?
Yeah, that one was kind of a pain to build.
And so now this one is really cool. I'll have another little shot of it with the camera. But this thing actually lights up. Like, it's got little, like what? You said they were LEDs, right? Little tiny LEDs?
Yeah, they're a small pack of LEDs of a tiny little battery pack that fits right on the back of the frame.
It's awesome.
And yeah, I just cut out little holes with an X-Acto knife and tape the LEDs to the back of it.
And so now this one we were looking at was original by Space Kid, right? So Space Kid on DeviantArt, who is an Australian artist. And then these two over here, what artists are these two by the Octavian and Vinyl? D-Show? Okay, yeah, I think I remember that name. And so now the ones up here, like the Flutterbat, Luna, and Breezy Shy, are they by an artist or are they by you?
The rest are by me.
So these are all original artworks by you?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. And so that I sort of knew, but I didn't know that these ones were originals by you.
I used quite a few references
Yeah.
to kind of get the body shape, but yes, they are my original designs. So.
I don't know. They're really pretty, by the way. I also like the incorporation of the glitter paper.
Yeah, I was trying to incorporate that as well as I could.
I know you have a little bit of it on the
Yeah, for her
on the Luna one, yeah.
hair.
So pretty. So like, it's been cool watching your like kind of, I don't know, artist journey because like I said, when I first started, just even knew about you on DeviantArt, you didn't really have a gallery, and then you slowly started. I remember when you were working on this and cutting out pieces for it, right? I remember that when you were just like oh, I'm working on this vinyl thing. Like that's when I think I first started following you on Twitter, and so now you've evolved past this, and like you're making more complex things with lights. And you have a die cutting machine now, and you're working with the paper ponies. Like soon enough, you'll be Paper Pony 2.0. Like who knows?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Right.
Those were actually the second and third one I ever built.
What was the very
Surprising.
first one?
The very first one is a Flutterbat, which was based off of Saotian's Flutterbat.
Okay, yeah.
And actually, it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, why is that?
Because I was going to rebuild it, and that never happened.
No. You'll have to make a new and improved version with a die cutting machine, right?
I just have a crappy photo somewhere on Twitter, and I just swore, oh dear.
All right. Well, these are pretty. And do you have plans to make more? Do you have some more like little shadow boxes in the books?
I hope to. I plan on making more breezy versions, like of the main six, because I think the transparent vellum is really cool and adds a cool effect. So.
Right, the transparency on the wings.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd be cool to work with that some more.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, what everyone watching the video want to know about is that CitizenSmiley, you have a Twitter, right?
I do.
So a Twitter, a DeviantArt, and is it just the Twitter and DeviantArt right now?
I have a Tumblr, but I don't really visit it.
So like citizensmiley.tumblr.com? Yeah. I don't use my Tumblr or anything.
CitizenSmiley pretty much everywhere. There might be an underscore.
So now that's Citizen, it's CITZEN, and then Smiley. And then is it Citizen-Smiley on DeviantArt, right? Or just CitizenSmiley?
Just CitizenSmiley, I think.
CitizenSmiley? Okay.
No spaces.
So citizensmiley.deviantart.com. And look out because you may be doing commissions in the future, right?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I hope to.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so look out for that and look out for more awesome work. Oh, and I didn't even say where the heck we are. Right now we're in the, it's closed and it's after hours, but we're in the art, this is the silent auction room for BABScon, so BABScon 2015. And so this is like the art, like silent auction / art gallery. So some of these are on display for as art pieces, and then some of them are as well are for auction. So this is very awesome. And some of these are going for a really good price. Congratulations. But yeah, so anyway, thank you again for doing a little interview, Citizen. It's been great. Yeah, and it's been awesome to get to see you here. Like everyone out there, go to cons, meet awesome people, you get to meet awesome guys like this, see awesome stuff like this. It's great. It's fantastic. 10 out of 10. All right, I've been Burno1. CC. Bye.